Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at Bitcoin. We're going to double check a couple of things here, of course, see what's going on. We are up 3.5% on the day, and it has since broken out from this resistance level we had over leading into the weekend, about 68,700 if you recall. Price came back down to retest this ascending trend line and has since broken free from this bullish pattern. Okay, so again, awesome stuff here, absolutely looking good. We got to double check though, of course, because the amount of volume, we want to pay attention to that. It does look like we've seen an increased amount of volume last 8 hours, but if that doesn't sustain, we could see the price pull back, but it's looking pretty solid here so far for the moment. Okay, so again, welcome aboard if you're new to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you can learn something today. I do offer a trading academy, community, and signals group. We do have a lot of new members coming over, so make sure you read through my signals guide and you know kind of what's going on there. It's available on our homepage. Also note 2, we took some nice healthy profits from Bitcoin. Took a loan from about 68, an average position of about 67,400, 67.4, and we hit up to upwards about 54% in the last 3 days. So awesome stuff there, folks. Congrats on that. Once more, that's just a simple 10x leverage trade. I only 10x Bitcoin, Ethereum, and usually 5, 6, or 7x leverage depending on my confidence with the altcoins as well. So just heads up on that. When we look at liquidation here, this last 7 days liquidation, we can see all liquidity here, about 72,400 has been swept. Okay, so that's pretty awesome to be able to see that $72,000 level hit again. There's a lot of shorts that got destroyed. We got some late longs here at about 66,000/68,000. That's roughly where we got in. We average our position in between those two levels and have since been in profit. That's really awesome stuff. So congrats to everybody for that. Let's quickly look at the last 12 hours and kind of see what's going on here. This is usually kind of funky, but generally speaking, we can see a lot of longs here at about 70,800. So roughly 71,000 we have as a lower liquidation level. Okay, so there's some longs that are in, that are potentially in, and have to be concerned. But we're going to double check a few other things here too as well. Now I'm going to use these same fib levels here for the moment until we close today's candle. But for the most part, once again, based on recent highs, 71,800, right where the price action is at right now, was the most recent high here back in March on the 27th. Okay, so again, recent highs commonly get swept, and that's essentially what we're seeing here. Let's quickly look at the weekly and double check a couple things now that the week has closed. And just confirm that we're still looking good. We got a nice little bounce here, essentially off of 80 for the RSI. Not like that's a normal commonplace, but the truth is we're increasing instead of decreasing now. That's positive. Money flow index is tapering off, but that's standard when we have such retracement. And then stochastic is swinging down, but the price action is staying right where it's at. So in a perfect world, another month or two, we see the price action right where it's at here, with stochastic all the way down, and then we'll naturally have that leg up because it's consolidated enough in this range. Okay, so again, that's a perfect worlds don't exist in trading, but just generally speaking, that's what that would look like. So forget I said that because that really isn't super relevant, but it is important to recognize we're above all moving averages. The bottom line here is that I think price points below, what is it, 50, below 60,000 seems very unlikely now. I think low 50s is probably going to be somewhat of an anomaly, and if we see the 40,000 range again, I'd be very, very surprised. So congrats to those folks who've been listening and been adding to your spot bag. I got a pretty heavy entry at that 64.5 mark recently when we got that wick down. But again, it's all good either way, folks. Just make sure you dollar cost average whenever you can if you're considering a long-term investment. That's more so where I'm at here personally. But if we take a look at the daily time frame, we can see MACD is converging here. Hasn't fully converged, but this is a very positive sign, letting us know we're kind of sort of almost back on the right track. But you got to keep in mind too, last time we did this, it kind of screwed us over, right? So last time we saw this nice MACDFU, price is ready to take off, and it just dumps, okay? That's market movers 101, okay? They make the market however they see fit. And we're just kind of pawns in their scheme here, but for right now, they are effectively controlling the market. They are adding to their position and bringing the price action higher. We can see stochastic increasing. Money flow index is fairly low on the daily. That's not fantastic, but that should start to average higher if we get some nice daily volume. It's too early to tell, but in the last 24 hours, we haven't seen really a significant increase in volume, which leads me to believe this could be just kind of a false positive, if you will. I think when you look at it, RSI is creeping back up here. Those are mostly positive signs. And if you look, we're above the 20-day SMA as well, back on track with the ascending trend, okay? So I'll draw out some new trend lines here soon. I know the chart's a little messy, but it makes sense to me, and that's, I guess, most important, of course. But generally speaking, we got some key level resistances we need to work within too. So if you look at this here, previous daily candlestick closures. I've marked this level here, 72,500. That's an important level here recently. We can see the price wicked up there perfectly here today. Okay, so again, we've seen quite a few wicks to that level and a candlestick closure at 73,100 previously, but generally speaking, we have a lot of difficulty at the 72.5 mark, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to continue to be a resistance level for us until we see the next leg up. So what we're looking at here on the 4-hour, a couple of key factors here. First of all, we got RSI right there above 70. That's commonly a very good place to be, but it's not like a definitive break and it's not holding above. Granted, this is a 4-hour time frame, but we are coming up to a resistance level. So we do end up breaking that down, so to speak. We'll obviously see the price pull back. My speculation is we could see 71,000 in the near future, just as a retest based on those liquidity levels. But there's a lot of different things in play here. Okay, so we want to look at is money flow index, which is increasing. While it's not above the RSI, it is fairly high. It's closer to 70. That's a positive sign. We do, however, see stochastic swinging down for the second time here in the last 24 hours. So that could very well tell us that the price action is going to pull back here soon. It has been running for a while now. So if we take a look at this, we hit an 8 on TD sequential, got a nice consolidative pattern there, and then broke through that little resistance here with a strong amount of volume. So as you can see here though, if you look at this, this is the reason why we're sustaining the price action right now, okay? Increased volume. So if this can continue to stay where it's at, we should be in good shape. We are, 1 hour into this 4-hour candle? We're seeing a lot lower volume here. So I'm not super convinced with the fact that this is going to hold. I do feel like we could very well see a pullback here. If so, somewhere in the most recent, the local support between 71 and 70,000. Because again, you can see there's a lot of consolidation right here between, low 70s and upper 69 range. So again, that's just something we want to pay attention to and kind of see where we're at. So let's look at the hourly and confirm a couple of things here. We have all green lights to leave our long position open. There's really no reason to consider closing it, right? And again, you can see this little wick down where the price action has increased. And if you look at the hourly, technically we are still looking pretty good in volume. Okay, so again, disregard what I said on the 4-hour time frame because that doesn't tell us specifically where we're at just yet. We need more time to accumulate to be able to verify confirmation of the 4-hour time frame. However, at this point here, we can see that we're firing on all cylinders. There's no reason why we should expect the price to break back. The cloud is consolidating here closer to the 70,000, low 70,000, upper 70,000. Best way to describe it is it's in between 70,000 and 71K. Yeah, so that's kind of what range we're in right now at this point. So all in all, decent stuff here. Honestly, I like what I see here. It's looking pretty good. I would say that you're pretty safe to leave your long position open and to consider some longs with altcoins. Because if we do look at Bitcoin dominance, it is starting to taper off, starting to come down. And if this can continue to pull back, then we will see altcoins continue to increase. So that's ideally, in a perfect world, what we're looking for. Again, imperfect worlds is what we are working within for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. So either way, I hope that made sense to this here and helped you get some better perspective. I'm just going to pay a closer attention to this trend lines here. I think that if we can stay or maintain above 70,000, we should be in pretty solid shape to be able to see the price continue further up. That's kind of where we're at there, folks. I hope this made sense. I described this correctly. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below, like, subscribe, follow the whole 9 yards. Deeply appreciate that as well. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.